At age 13, Emily Francis began raising her 4 younger siblings on the outskirts of Guatemala City, while their mother earned money for the family in the United States. Nearly 20 years later, Francis teaches English as a second language at Concord High School. In her new book, If You Only Knew, Letters from an Immigrant Teacher, she seeks to speak directly to her immigrant students and reflect on their shared experiences.
I came here with the hope of becoming a teacher. That's something I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl. Our students are sitting in classrooms struggling, especially immigrant students who are learning 2 languages. There's a lot of barriers, not just language, but academic, socioeconomic. There's a family issues, a lot of factors that when you put them together can hinder you from being successful. I wanted to prove myself that I could do what I've always wanted to do, but then I wanted to turn around and make an impact on children who I know are having a struggle. And that's what I do. I go on a campus and I try to make an impact on children who I know what I can do to. I know what I can say so I can change their route. And when I tell stories of Guatemala, I can combine 2 different things. On one side, I can tell you all the fun things, going to the creeks and just jumping in the water and playing tag. But at the same time, there's a lot of struggle. Guatemala is considered one of the poorest countries in the world. And so there were times when we didn't have anything to eat, or if we did, it was just tortillas and salt, My mother left Guatemala, came here to the U.S. to work, get some money, and then go back home and build us our own shelter. But then, things began coming in place where she was able to use the money to hire a smuggler. Someone who you would exchange money and instead of hope, and that's what she did. And she found someone who would be trusty enough to bring her children here to the U.S. Internally, I was fighting that fear because I had 2 little girls who were depending on me. We spent a lot of times in different hotels, different motels, and I would wait for them to fall asleep before I fell asleep. And before I fell asleep, here am I thinking, am I going to wake up tomorrow? The students need to know that I struggled through it, that I dropped out of high school, that I didn't make it until I pushed myself through it. So once students know that, they know they can come to you to say, how can I do this? What can I do in these situations? They know that they can come to me. And I do share my story with them because I don't want them to think that this route to become a teacher was a piece of cake.
Francis plans to give copies of her book to her students who are learning English.
It's something that I wish I had when I was 15 years old. When I was navigating the school system, there was a lot of barriers that I couldn't ask anyone to walk me through. I do feel like these letters are some sort of navigation system. See, each letter has a different theme and a way that I connect with students, and I'm hoping that as they go through these letters, they'll find one that says, oh, that's me.
The book, If You Only Knew, Letters from an Immigrant Teacher, can be ordered online in paperback or as an ebook.